Welcome to Zeta's fully commented video on survival run in Baudwyn defense. For some reason, after the balance update, I most often than not am put into the defending team, and thus there are much more defensive survival runs now. Anyhow, weapon of choice today is the ferocious quarterstaff. I grade this weapon as tier D, and you'll see why. So first off, I joined this map when it already started, and you have seen I managed to score quite a few kills in the beginning. So this weapon excels in overhead, and the range of the slashes are really low, and I'm not kidding you guys, it's really hard for me to get the stab in. Even handling overhead sometimes is a challenge with this weapon, especially when there's friendlies blocking, but any weapon would behave the same. Anyhow, as you can see, I'm trying to hide my one side behind the objective, and the other side is definitely facing friendlies, so I'm pretty sure I will not be surrounded by enemy. But just in case, just turning around and looking. Now I'm left alone against two enemies, no problem. I've seen there's not many more joining the fight. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, just fainting and my stab is not hitting, so terrible. Again, slashes and stabs are really bad with this weapon, so if you use it, just overhead and that's it. And by the way, if I remember correctly, the special attack is also pretty low. Okay, so this objective is fine from this side, but I see the right side of enemies is actually attacking quite successfully. So I try to join the fray and assist fellow masons in defending objective on the right. It's almost, the map almost went into another stage. Nothing I could do. I could not have been quicker. Objective can be defended, but only from one side. Okay, so just trying to play a bit, trying to get behind the back. 3 against 1 seems like good odds, except you know that invincibility when people block and parry. So that thing, you need to figure out how to get around it. Sometimes it helps just to kick opponent, sometimes jab, but most of the often than not just do the different hits. So if friendlies are doing slashes, you do overheads or stabs, and that helps most of the time. Anyway, you have to double check when fighting with many friendlies against one opponent, so you have to double check whether or not he has blocked. So in a sense, if your hit has not landed but it is blocked by that invincibility stuff you enemy get when it does the parry, then you absolutely have to react quickly and block. So after you see that your hit is not landing due to invincibility, just block. It's very important, otherwise you'll get hit by enemy in retaliation. So okay, I've got my health and stamina in order. Just trying to see why nobody's manning this ballista, and I think I know the reason. The reason is it just can't aim at anything because of architect built that brick wall for no reason. So anyhow, I see I won't do much here, so I'll try to join the fray. I see quite already siege engines on the right side that have been demolished, so I go in with overhead. Lucky to get dispatched with this one. Again, I retreated to double check that I'm not surrounded. Now, if you can see, I also sometimes expose my back, but when I do, I try to ensure there's no enemy there, or at least will not come there until I'm there. And now I'm not being a Rambo. I was peppered with arrows. I just retreat back and try to get back my health and stamina. That's very important, these two resources, health and stamina. Of course you need also the weapon, but there are more things sort of in tutorial video for survival. Anyway, as I said, I'm replenishing health, and we'll try to defend this objective. Now this ladder, usually sneaky guys try to get over this ladder on the left. Also you can cross here through mountains, but apparently this team, the enemy team, does not know that, so good for us. Now this map also has 2 catapults on the enemy side, so basically if you stand next to the objective, or you see that enemies bombarding there and you want to survive, I mean, you might be unlucky and still be hit by catapult, but general rule of thumb, you have to look at the catapult sometimes and see where it's aiming. So if it's aiming at one place, I will try not to be there. That's a rule of thumb. Yes, sometimes friendlies also use catapults and do team kills. I'm actually killed more times by friendlies with catapults than by enemies with catapults. Ballista is a different thing. Ballista actually is very OP. And if enemy is manning it, I try to avoid this general place altogether. Because one hit, all it takes is one hit for you to go back to lobby and have your survival run ruined, no matter how many kills you did. So, two sneaky guys trying to climb the ladder, and one actually landed a backstab, pretty painful. But we managed to got rid of them. Lost my quarterstaff, just picking it up. And for some reason, this person is quite persistent. Unfortunately, his persistence is nothing to do with his skills. He just wanted to kill badly. And I retreated a bit, regained my stamina, and rejoined again. You see, it's if it would have been a good opponent, I would not have fought. Maybe I would have fled, because I'm pretty sure I need more stamina and more health. Now, I jumped down, but only when I saw that there's a friendly knight there. If there would have been enemy, I would not have chased and got my kill. Right, so the objective has moved. Yeah, it's pretty hard to defend this objective, especially if catapult guys are really good. Anyway, we retreat back to Bazaar. It's okay place. Sometimes map ends here, but not very often. It's hard to defend due to the choke point for masons to come through, and much larger place for enemies to get into objective. It's alright, just trying to assist friendlies as much as I can by hitting people in the head. Right, so again, basically we have to go back into objective for this particular place. Just be mindful that on the sides there are entrances to the bazaar, and you will be ganked from all those sides. So when you do survival run, also expect that you'll be surrounded by enemy quite often. So you have to move, you have to have constant situational awareness here. And don't be afraid to retreat back to gain stamina. Again, some hits not landing. It's not always, again, I'm not proficient with this weapon too much. I just picked it up and tried. It's okay. Even landed stab. For no damage, of course. As you can see, I'm low. Not engaging anymore. I saw also friendly joining in, so I'm safe to retreat. Now trying to get health from the banners. So that way also was healed by some class that used the horn. That's good, but for some reason one enemy just spawned behind me. Not sure how he got there, and I was also lit on fire. So this is very dangerous. If you're in one blob, you will always be thrown fire pots at. And not because it's you, it's because you're in a blob. And anyone who uses fire pots knows better that in order for the weapon to be effective, he has to throw it into the mass of enemies. And again, I'm low HP, have to heal up again. Also received knife in the head. These things happen. So I don't remember where is the closest ammo cart, so I go to the one that I know, and we'll join the fight again. As you can see, the objective is not progressing as I would like to, but this is nothing I can do. It's just hard to defend if the enemy team is competent. So I got rid of one enemy. I'll try to just get rid of more attackers who basically expose themselves too much. And we continue to the next objective. Now, next objective is a bit easier to defend due to the choke points, actually from both sides, not just from masons. So we can here mount a successful defense, but basically just on choke points. If you get enemy inside the objective, then most often than not you lose. So I go through the basically one hit kill object. I double check that it's still standing, but was not sure if I should trigger it, because I'm not sure if this class actually has any throwing stuff. And anyway, I'll just avoid that place. So I see there's some inconclusive battles being fought, not next to the objective, so I just retreat back into objective. And so this is a choke point. This is the place where you should defend for this objective. There are 3 entrances, 2 of them enemy will be coming through. The third one, not necessarily, and there are also at least 3 windows you can jump through on the second floor. So these are the 2 objectives on the ground floor are the most important. So if you have fire pots, throw here, and also you need to stand next to the side of it and try to use as much as you can your third-person view to land as many hits as you can to, in a sense, persuade the enemy not to come here due to low health. And some of them still sally through. Need to contain this intervention. Trying as much as I can. Sometimes it helps, but I see I'm low on stamina, so I just disengage before I lose my weapon and go back into the fray. Now I'm not full stamina, so I'm still hesitating to engage. We'll see. And you've seen I was not cornered because I knew the exit point from this objective and I used it. Now this is a simple and very effective stuff. You go from behind, doesn't matter, and you help your friendly, and also was able to deliver a kill. Overhead not landing, nothing spectacular. When you use different weapons, expect that you will not be proficient in all of them. Right, for some reason a guy with a Messer here. Messer is a really good weapon. Very fast, does a lot of damage. And very noob friendly, so if you guys are starting with Chivalry, or you just want a weapon that really kills and does not need a lot of, how to say, a lot of work to make it work, so just use Messer. Okay, so looks like the objective is doing well so far. And not only thanks to me, but also the team was quite good at defending these choke points. So I'm again going to the choke points on the bottom, see if I can land any hits. Landing on friendly, unfortunately. This is what happens, so I don't want to stick there anymore, just because I might piss off with a friendly player and he'll return back and start hitting me. So 1 hit is enough. Don't be too persistent. If you can't land it, that means it's not your time to shine there. Now this is more interesting, rooftop battle. So I was able to assist guys, and also now on a wooden plank. There you go, like in the movies. So the guy goes down, I'm blocked by the friendly. So if somebody would come and attack me from the back, I would probably be dead on that pole. Anyway, I was able to retreat. Yeah, things happen in Chivalry. Don't expect your friendlies to know what they're doing. Just expect the worst and you won't be surprised. Right. So 1.5 minutes left. Now when archers or any other class pick a box, it's really hard for them to switch if they're being hit. Unfortunately, I'm not able to finish one person, and now I'm hit. I'm not able to finish another person. It's okay, I've got assist, not important. The most important is objective and survival. So let's see. The last stage of this map is okay for survival too, as long as you don't stick too close to the place where your friendly catapults are landing. But other than that, it's not much challenge there to survive, because bombards usually aim at walls, not at people. So I revived a friendly person. And we see 2 hits, almost dead, almost dead. Now, you've seen I'm trying to retreat, but I also try to turn around and block once I noticed the swing. This was important, because if the swing would have landed, I would have died. And all my struggles playing with this really D-tier weapon would have been for nothing. Now it's a bit risky here, but I see the enemy has really low reach weapon, dagger. So I can risk a bit, but not by miles. And I've noticed there is a banner. I'll be using heals now. Again, quite risky from my side. I could have died here if he used heavy. So try not to risk as much as I do. Map does not reach the final stage due to defending team being quite efficient. From my side, I scored 21 kills and got numerous assists, second by score and second in my team. Since I used a D-tier weapon, I think that's a job well done. Thank you and see you next time.